My first introduction to People's Church would have been over 45 years ago. I was very young, and it was with the bus ministry when Beth Marcus and her volunteers would pick myself and my sisters up every Sunday morning. And then it wasn't until quite a few years later when the Drydens invited us out to church. It was every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, every Wednesday night, anytime there was a church event, a baseball event, whatever, there was the Drydens and their own kids and Grandma Edwards all shoved into this little car, and then my twin sister and I was added into the mix, and I couldn't wait to come to church. I loved it. I loved how I felt when I was here. I felt safe here. I felt just the community of people that was here. There were so many different volunteers and leaders, the youth leaders that came in and came alongside us and built relationships with me, and really that's why I'm here today. Sunday night services was always something very unique. It was very common that the pastor would call the family the Sunday night to get your family and come up to the front and just to take a few moments as a family and pray. And it was interesting because, of course, I'm sitting there alone. I don't have a family. And I will never forget, there was a family in front of me. The Drydens was always one of those families. There was the Goffs was another family. And I will always remember that they immediately reached out their hand behind the pew and said, "Come on, you're coming with me." And they adopted me in. So I was a part of that family at the altar. And you would hear people walking by you, and then you would just feel a hand on the back of your shoulder. And I can remember Joe Lemire, I can remember the Langweisners praying for me, the Packhams praying for me. And again, it just made me feel, here I am, I didn't have my family with me, but People's Church became that community. And to think that, you know, over 45 years ago, I came to church on a Sunday school bus without my family. And now I'm sitting in the same church today with my husband, with my kids, with my grandchildren, and seeing my son on staff here. And it's just been a complete turnaround. God did way more than I thought was going to happen. There were many people in this church that reached out to me over the years, and I want to be that. To those same people. I can't, when it came to different youth retreats, and again, I came from a single family home and I had a twin. My mom didn't have the money to send us, and yet the youth pastor would come up and hand us the registration form and, "Carrie, take this home to your mom and fill it out. Your registration has been paid for." I can't tell you how many times that had happened for me. To this day, I don't know who paid for those registrations, but I'm thankful, and because those people invested in me, I'm here today, and I want to be able to do that to this generation that's coming up. I want to be able to pay somebody else's registration. I want to be able to pray with somebody. I want to be able to teach somebody how to pray at an altar and how to believe with them when they're going through a hard time, because that is what People's Church and the community in People's Church did for me. And I think moving forward and the new things that are going to happen in People's Church, I'm excited. I'm excited because that means more people like me are going to be impacted, more kids like I was impacted, and more kids are going to be coming in, more families are going to be coming in, because I'm going to be involved, you can be involved, we can all come together as one, as a community, and reach more families for the kingdom. And that's what excites me about the greater project and things that are going to be coming ahead for People's Church.